Hey everybody, Brandon Beliso here, and this is just kind of a maintenance video blog. A couple questions to answer and address some things that people have been asking me. First of all, the question always comes up, why do I videotape in my car? Well, when my daughter Taya was born, I lost my office and that became her nursery. I don't have a man cave, I'm not big on the garage, so I find a lot of solace sitting in my car when I drop off my son, when I pick him up. This time is me time. And it's also you time because I get to share with you. Second, no, I don't drive when I'm doing these video blogs. I'm more responsible than that. Um, just got back from Washington, D.C., working at Top Kick Insights, sharing and learning with some of the industry's most innovative. Maybe not the most recognized in some arenas, but John Cassidy, is an amazing, amazing school owner. He has 6 schools and he has innovative methods based upon E-Myth. Get the opportunity, check out tkonline.com. It's innovative. It'll take you to that whole entrepreneurial mindset that'll help you move your business from here to there, where you're not working in your business, but you end up working on your business. And that's where my head's at today. I'm down to 11 hours a day on the premises in my store teaching. The rest of the time I spend developing systems, developing methods to make my team successful so that they can become owner-operators, and that is where our growth is based upon. I believe if our clients are successful and my team is successful, then we have a winning, sustainable business that can grow and thrive. One of the questions that I posed to somebody when I was in DC, I said to them, can you tell me why you have upgrades, bell testing fees, enrollment fees, black belt clubs, masters clubs, leadership clubs? Can you tell me why? He says, well, on the surface, it's to generate more revenue. I said, exactly. So how does that serve the client? And he had no answer for me. And really, that's one of the reasons for me personally, growing up in the martial arts, we never had any of those things. None of that stuff came to light until the 80s and 90s. And it was, basically that Dan Kennedy method of upgrades and upsells. And somebody said, well, an upgrade is like first class on an airlines. Okay, well, here's my mentality with that. When you get on that plane and you walk past first class into your little bitty economy section, how do you feel? You want to be sitting in first class, absolutely, right? And then when you see them pull that curtain separating you from first class, how does that make you feel? For me, it doesn't instill any kind of sense of community or what I'm trying to create in my school. So that's one of the reasons we eliminated the upgrade. I don't want a client that's paying for a basic program to look at me and say, well, you mean for my dollar, I don't get what the other guy gets because I have to pay more for it? So I totally feel passionate about that in a martial arts business, right? When we are not airlines, so let's separate the two. So I'm very passionate about that, and that's one of the reasons we don't do any of those things. And we make $1 million a year gross with a 30% net and 3,800 square feet. So it's really, I want you to ask yourself, why? Why do I want to come to your school versus Joe Karate down the street and the guy up the block? Why do I want to come to your school versus everybody else's? And is it because you have enrollment fees? Is it because you have bell testing fees? Is it because you have upgrades? And is it because you're going to sit me in office and try to hard sell me on a 3-year contract, to my 5-year-old son? Which would never happen. So all those things kind of came to light. And I knew I was on the right path when I took one of the big guys' seminars. My very first business seminar is a guy out of Colorado held up his keys and he said to me, what do you see? And I said, I see keys. He says, no, you see a Porsche keyring. And about halfway into this, he asked me, how many students do you have? And I said, 350. Then he asked me, well, what systems do you use? And I said, sir, I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, phone scripts, upgrades, black belt clubs, all those different things. What kind of systems do you use? And I said, sir, I use none of those things. And he looked me in the eye and said, you really must love what you do. So that's when I knew I was on the right track. So I'm going to ask you to ask yourself why. Go back, evaluate your business, every aspect of it, from the curriculum to the way you market to the way you treat your clients. Ask yourself why. This is Brandon Beliso. A lot of upcoming things just to wrap it up. I'm going to be at the Super Show in Vegas in July speaking, so please join me there. Come by my booth 108. Check out One Merit Badges. We'll be there. I'll be with Roland Osborne at Hyper Pro Training at Herb Perez's Gold Medal Martial Arts in Burlingame. That's Sunday, April 7th. You want to check that out, go to hyperprotraining.com. And if you want to find me personally, it's professor at onemartialarts.com or www.onemeritbadges.com. Everybody, go out there and make a difference.